Sciences and Well-Being Wednesday with your girl, Darlaina Rose. I am so excited, as always, to be here with you. It is my pleasing pleasure to bring you these amazing topics that allow you to figure out, what's happening in your life, to really get things organized and together. So for that, I thank you for the platform. Today, there's so many things going on in the world right now, and it is affecting us in so many ways. And what I noticed for me, the thing that's being affected is my sleep patterns. My sleep patterns are off, and I'm just like, okay, sleep is important, so you got to go to sleep. And so what I did was I looked at what the importance of sleep is. We as entrepreneurs, we are so guilty of not sleeping. So sleep deprivation is a real deal. And so your sleep is so important. So I'm going to give you 10 reasons why sleep is important. So you got to get your rest. You got to get your sleep. I don't care what, you got to get your sleep. It's incredibly important to your health, right? There's a lot of things that can interfere with your sleep patterns. So because of the world that we're living in, there's so many mitigating things that are happening. And so people are sleeping way less than they did in the past. And the sleep quality has decreased as well because people are worried. And so when you think about sleep, poor sleep is related to body weight, higher body weight. That's the first reason why sleep is important. Poor sleep is linked to higher body weight. People with short sleep durations weigh significantly more than those who get adequate sleep. I'm like, wow. Your sleep duration is one of the strongest risk factors of obesity. There was an extensive review study done with children and adults with short sleep. Hold on. That's a dance break. Ooh. There we go. All right, he fixed it. So the study was done on children and adults, and they found that children and adults with short sleep durations, 89% of children and 55% of adults were more likely to develop obesity because they weren't sleeping. The effect of sleep on weight gain is believed to be mediated by a few factors, including hormones and motivation to exercise. So if you're trying to lose weight, sleep is crucial to that. Your sleep duration is associated with the increased risk of weight gain and obesity in both children and adults. So that means you got to go to bed. I muted. Hold on. Unmute. Okay. Can you hear me now? I think you can hear me now.
We can hear you.
Okay. All right. Good.
You done hit it back. You done turned it back.
Oh, hold on. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? Yes. Okay, great. All right. So short sleep duration is associated with an increased risk of weight gain and obesity in both children and adults. So if you are trying to lose weight, you must get adequate amount of sleep. Okay. The next thing, number 2, good sleepers tend to eat fewer calories. So there are studies that shows that sleep-deprived people have a bigger appetite and tend to eat more calories. And so sleep deprivation disrupts your fluctuation in appetite hormones, and it causes you to have poor appetite regulation. And so that includes these higher levels of this ghrelin. Ghrelin is the hormone that stimulates appetite and reduces leptin. That's the hormone that suppresses. Good morning, two pretty brown girls. The hormone that suppresses your appetite. So your hormone levels are off, and so the one that makes you want to eat is up, and the ones that make you stop eating is down. So you got to go to sleep. So poor sleep affects the hormones that regulate your appetite, and those who get adequate sleep tend to eat fewer calories than those who don't. So go to bed, get some rest. Number 3, good sleep can improve concentration and productivity. Sleep is important to certain functions of the brain, and that includes cognition, concentration, productivity, and performance. And when you're tired, you don't drive well, you don't think well, you can't remember stuff. So all of these things are negatively affected if you don't sleep. There was a study done on medical interns. Interns, they make them work 24, 36-hour shifts. I still don't know who came up with that, but the interns on that traditional schedule with extended work hours of more than 24 hours, they made 36% more serious medical errors than interns on a schedule that allowed more sleep. And another study found that short sleep can negatively impact aspects of the brain function similar to alcohol intoxication. So, and that to be true, because sometimes when you're on the road and you've been on a long road trip, and you've been driving for a long time, you start feeling like, and you're like, something's not right. There's too many lines. I'm starting to feel, and it's the same. It's the exact same as being intoxicated. And we don't got time for that. So on the other hand, good sleep has been shown to improve problem-solving skills, enhance memory performance, and for both children and adults. Somebody said, I do my best driving when I'm asleep. Is that what they said? Who said that? Hey, Kemp, whoever that was, the next road trip, they ain't going with us. Yeah, they ain't going with us. So good sleep can maximize that, problem-solving skills, enhance your memory, and poor sleep has been shown to impair brain function. So you want to get enough sleep so that your brain operates properly, so that you can do the things. Hey, sister, my sister just popped on. And so you want to make sure you get proper sleep. Good sleep can also maximize athletic performance. So if you are somebody that's working out and, trying to get buff, you need to sleep, because that enhances your athletic performance. There was a study done on basketball players. Longer sleep was shown to significantly improve speed, accuracy, reaction times, and mental well-being. Okay? Less sleep has been associated with poor exercise performance and functional limitation in older women. Okay? A study of over 2,800 women found that poor sleep was linked to slower walking, lower grip strength, and greater difficulty performing independent activities. So that means before we join Sabrina Bree Black for her May 3rd boot camp, y'all better get some sleep first. Because if you have sleep, longer sleep has been shown to improve many aspects of athletic and physical performance. So we want to make sure that that's the case, okay? Number 5, poor sleepers have a greater risk of heart disease and stroke. Sleep quality and duration have a major health risk factors when it comes to heart disease and stroke. So these factors include many other chronic diseases, but heart disease specifically. There was 15 studies, a review of 15 studies done for this particular article, and it says people who don't get enough sleep are at a far greater risk of heart disease and stroke than those who sleep 7 to 8 hours per night. And sometimes, your sleep is individually based. So everybody doesn't need 8 hours of sleep for that to be adequate enough sleep for you. So sleeping less than 7 to 8 hours per night is linked to risk of heart disease and stroke, but your body may have adjusted where you don't need that amount of sleep. Number 6, sleep affects glucose metabolism and type 2 diabetes. So there was another study done where they had these young men and they restricted their sleep to 4 hours per night for 6 nights in a row, and it caused symptoms of prediabetes. So the symptoms, they actually resolved after another week of increased sleep duration. So poor sleep habits are strongly linked. Hey, good morning. Strongly linked to blood sugar effects. So those sleeping less than 6 hours per night have repeatedly shown increased risk of type 2 diabetes. So check your sleep, because sleep deprivation can cause pre-diabetes, especially if you're doing it night after night after night after night. There's so many studies that have shown short sleep duration linked to type 2 diabetes. Number 7, poor sleep is linked to depression. You ever notice when you're not rested, you feel tired? You feel like, what you say?
Cranky.
Yes, cranky, crying, and you just like, oh my God, my life is terrible. What can I do? It's too much, but that's because you're tired. Go to bed. That's one of the things I ask clients that call me and they feel like, I said, how are you sleeping? They say, oh, I didn't sleep at all last night. Well, go take a nap and call me back. I can't hear you. You muted yourself.
Yeah, that's what you do to a baby. When a baby starts crying, they need some rest.
Yes, absolutely. Get some rest. Yeah. So poor sleep is linked to mental health issues, depression, and sleep disorders. So it's estimated that 90% of people with depression complain about sleep quality. So it's all connected. You know, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are connected, mind, body, and soul. So it's important for us to realize that it's so important. Those folks with sleep disorders like insomnia or obstructive sleep apnea are also reported significant higher rates of depression because they don't sleep. So poor sleeping patterns are strongly linked to depression, and particularly for those with other sleeping disorders like apnea and insomnia. Number 8, sleep improves your immune function. Even a small loss of sleep has been shown to impair immune function. On a 2-week study, it was a large 2-week study, they monitored development of the common cold after giving people nasal drops with the cold virus in it. They found that those who slept less than 7 hours were almost 3 times more likely to develop the common cold than those who slept 8 hours. So hold on, people calling. So if you get less than 8 hours, you could be predisposing yourself to be open to a lot of things, not just COVID, but the common cold, the COVID, the flu, any other type of viral infections that you can get because you're not sleeping, and so your immune functions are down, and so you don't have the immunity that you need in order to fight the common cold or anything else for that matter. Number 9, poor sleep is linked to increased inflammation in the body. Inflammation is the core of many diseases. So if you don't get enough sleep, the inflammation in your body increases, and so it can cause all kinds of things. Inflammation causes cell damage. Cell damages then turn into other diseases. So long-term inflammation can affect your digestive tract, such as inflammatory bowel disease. One study observed that people that are sleep deprived with Crohn's disease were twice as likely to relapse as patients who slept well. So the disease can stay calm, but if you don't sleep, you can inflame it and bring it back up again. So they are recommending sleep evaluations to many people who have some sort of chronic or inflammation things going on in their body, because sleep affects the body's inflammation responses. So poor sleep is linked to inflammatory bowel disease and can increase your risk of disease reoccurrence. So maybe you want to think about having your sleep evaluated to make sure that you are sleeping the adequate amount of time for yourself. And most of us have these smart things, smart watch, smartphone, smart this, Fitbit, this, that, the other thing, pay all that money for it, use it. They got apps for that. You can leave your watch on, determine what you are, how much sleep you're getting, how much good sleep you're getting, and be able to determine what you need to do to make sure that you get better sleep if that's what you need. And number 10, sleep affects emotions and social interactions. Sleep loss reduces your ability to interact socially. Whoo, have you felt that before? Like, listen, I can't do it today because I'm just tired and I'm not trying to deal with this one, that one, or the other one. Especially the people that rub you like wrong. Like when you fully rested, your energy levels is up and you can deal with it. But when you're not rested, that might not go over well. So there's several studies that confirm that using emotional facial recognition tests, they found that people who hadn't slept had a reduced ability to recognize expressions of anger and happiness. And so they believe that poor sleep affects your ability to recognize important social cues, and it affects your process of emotional information. So imagine not being able to tell if somebody is happy or sad, if somebody is angry or not, and whatever. So sleep deprivation can reduce your social skills and your ability to recognize people's emotional expression. So that means that you literally are ignoring people. Like they may be talking to you, saying something, and you're not even getting it. You this over here, and they just trying to tell you something, and maybe they upset, maybe they're not, but you can't tell because you just too tired to even really be bothered with the whole situation. So we want to get our sleep so that our social skills and ability to recognize people's emotional expressions are important. So the bottom line is, along with nutrition and exercise, good sleep is one of the pillars of health. So we gotta be able to determine, what is to get our good sleep. Hold on, something's missing. Oh, my chart didn't print. Hold on, let me see if I can get my chart up. There is a chart.
Question: why you doing that?
Go ahead.
So here you go. When I think about this whole situation, I'm seeing a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, how about when I wake up and I ain't finished? But you believe in your mind, you gotta get up right now. Like you wake, like listen to, like people are working. How do you work 2 and 3 jobs or 4 jobs and sleep at the same time?
You can't.
But then you can't. Like I know. Now watch this. Patterns are broken.
Yes.
Right? Because think about that for a second. Let's say, at what time do you go to bed, and then what time do you get up? How many hours of sleep should your body get, and what is happening during the time you are sleeping, and why?
So your question is, how can you do all that stuff?
Like, how many hours do a body need to be sleeping?
So they say, the chart that I have is based on age. So if you're a baby to 3 months, you need 14 to 17 hours of sleep. These are for babies. This is for children. So from 4 months to 11 months, you need 12 to 16 hours of sleep. If it's a toddler, 1 to 2 years old, they need 11 to 14 hours of sleep. 3 to 5 year olds need 10 to 13 hours of sleep. 6-year-olds to 12-year-olds need 9 to 12 hours of sleep. 13 to 18 needs 8 to 10 hours of sleep. 18 to 64, that's us, 7 to 9 hours of sleep. 65 years and older, 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So most of us fall in that 18 to 64 range, so 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So so what you have to ask yourself is, do you feel rested after 7 hours of sleep? If you don't feel rested, you may need 8 or 9 hours of sleep. Are you having daytime drowsiness? Sometimes I will wake up and early and do some stuff, but by midday I need a nap because I hadn't rested. And sometimes you really have to listen to your body if you're permitted to. So if you are an entrepreneur and you need to take a nap, you can take a nap. But if you work for somebody, nap is out. So then you're going to drink coffee or tea, or these people drinking Red Bulls and all this other kind of stuff. It's so bad for you. Then the other question is, are you reliant on caffeine to get you through your day? If that's the case, then you need more sleep at night. And if you sleep with someone else, have they noticed you having sleep issues or vice versa? So there's, if you have insomnia or sleep apnea or chronic pain or other conditions, some of those things affect how much sleep you get. So you want to be mindful of what your body is telling you. And, some of the signs that you're not getting enough sleep is if you're drowsy during the day, if you're more irritable and moody, it was like, right, you're tired. If you're less productive and not focused, you need more sleep. If your appetite has increased, you need more sleep. If your judgment and decision making isn't what it usually is, you need more sleep. If your skin is affected, dark circles under your eyes, dull complexion, droopy corners of the mouth, you need more sleep. These sleep studies, they show this sleep deprivation, doubles your odds of making errors, and it triples your lapses in attention when you're doing stuff, mental stuff. I mean, when it said that it's like based on intoxication, intoxication ain't no fun. And so if you going through life like that, that's no good. So maybe what you want to do is kind of maybe on the weekend, if you're not an entrepreneur, just don't set your clock, see what time you wake up, and then see, how many hours you sleep, and then, figure it out. So you want to, allow yourself about 15 minutes or so to fall asleep. Figure out your wake up time. If you wake up at 4 a.m., your bedtime should be 8:15. If you need 9 hours of sleep, you got to go to bed at 6:45 if you want to get up at 4 a.m. Now, if you want to get up a little bit later, like 7 a.m., then you need to go to bed. You need to go to bed by 11:15. And if you want to get 9 hours of sleep, you got to go to bed by 9:30. Now, if you wake up a little bit later, like 8, then you can stay up till midnight. You stay up till midnight for 8 hours of sleep. If you want to get up at, if you want 9 hours of sleep, then you got to go to bed at 10:45. Those people who get up at 9 a.m., like right at 9, you can go to bed at 1:15 a.m. You can go to bed at 1:15, and if you want 9 hours of sleep, then you got to go to bed at 11:45. So there's 4 stages of sleep. The first stage is the part are called non-rapid eye movement. That's NREM sleep. The last stage is the rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. And so there's 4 stages. Is N1, the first stage of sleep, the period between being awake and falling asleep. into is the onset of sleep. It begins with the stage you become unaware of your surroundings, your body temperature drops, your breathing and heart rate become, regular. And then N3 is the deepest and most restorative sleep stage, during which breathing slows down, blood pressure drops, muscles relax, hormones are released, healing occurs, and your body becomes re-energized. And then the last stage is REM. That's the final stage of sleep cycle. It takes up about 25% of your sleep cycle. This is when your brain is most active and dreams occur. During this stage, your eyes kind of move back and forth rapidly under your eyelids. REM sleep helps boost your mental and physical performance when you wake up. And so it takes an average about 90 minutes to go through each cycle. If you complete 5 cycles a night, you get 7.5 hours of sleep a night. 6 full cycles are about 9 hours of sleep. So ideally, you want to wake up at the end of the sleep cycle instead of the middle of it. You usually feel more refreshed and energized if you wake up at the end of a sleep cycle. So again, sleep is important, because it's going to regulate those hormones, control your appetite, that metabolism, growth and healing. Is going to boost your brain function, concentration, focus, and productivity. It's going to reduce the risk of heart disease. It's going to help you with weight management. Helps to maintain your immune system, lowers your risk for chronic health conditions such as diabetes and high blood pressure, improves athletic performance. I'm like, oh, I got to go to sleep so I can run longer. Reaction time and speed, and it can lower your risk of depression. So if you want to, sleep better, here's some tips. Exercise regularly, but schedule those workouts at least a few hours before you go to sleep. Exercising too close to bedtime may lead to your sleep being interrupted. Increase your exposure to sunlight, bright light during the day. This can help maintain your body's circadian rhythms, which affect your sleep and wake cycle. Try not to take too long of a naps, especially late in the afternoon. Try to wake up the same time every day. And before you go to bed, limit alcohol, caffeine, or nicotine in the evening. All those substances have a potential to interrupt your sleep or make it difficult for you to even fall asleep. Turn off your electronics at least 30 minutes before you go to bed. The light from the devices can stimulate your brain and make it harder for you to fall asleep. So that means no sleeping with your phone. Get into the habit of a relaxing routine before bedtime. Maybe take a warm bath or listen to soothing music. Turn down the lights just before you go to bed to help your brain understand that it's time to sleep. Vivica Fox, one of my favorite actors. Hey, Mar. What she does is in the morning when she takes her morning shower, she does a eucalyptus shower. So she drops essential eucalyptus in the shower, and that kind of invigorates her to get her day started. At nighttime, when she takes her shower, she uses lavender, and that signals her brain that it's time to go to sleep. So those things can really help you to start to trigger the brain and let the brain know, okay, we're about to go to bed. Avoid looking at TV, your laptop, your phone while you're in the bed. Read a book or listen to white noise or some other like seascapes or something. Once you get in the bed, close your eyes, relax, and focus on your breathing so that you can really go to sleep. If you're unable to fall asleep, maybe get out of bed, move to another room, read a book, listen to music until you're feeling tired, then go back to bed. The bottom line is if you're aiming to get these sleep cycles in, you may need 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Try calculating your sleep to figure out what time is the best time for you to go to bed. And you want to wake up at the end of your sleep cycle. You don't want to break it. So you have to just figure out when that is for you. A good night's sleep is so essential to good health. And so if you're having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, maybe even talk to your doctor about it, because it may be important. Something could be going on that's causing you not to have that. And you can determine if there's some other underlying cause. So sleep is important. So make sure you get in your rest. So we got some time. Let me see. What else can I talk about?
What's up, Marcus? I seen you shaking your head.
Because Marcus don't sleep.
No. Man, I'm shaking my head because I'm listening to her, and once again, she's just telling me how jacked up my life really is. I'm just saying. But I actually wrote down some questions.
Sure.
See, I'm trying to be a good student on Wednesdays. I'm trying to be better, y'all.
Well, Marcus. Well, can I just say, I appreciate you coming on Wednesdays, because I remember you told me there was a time when you said, "Oh, Wednesdays is Darlaina. I don't gotta watch that."
That's right.
So I'm glad.
Wednesday, I ain't trying to hear what she talking about. But, and I got a convection oven, y'all.
Oh.
I went and got one. Sure did. Went and got one.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm struggling to not go in the basement and pull that microwave back out. But
Throw it away.
But doing all right. But okay, so one of the when you get the chart for the ages,
yes,
the 7 to 9 categories, you said that's what probably the majority of us on the class.
Yes.
What was that? That was 18 to what?
64.
18 to 64.
Yes.
Let me write that part down. Okay. Now, my other question is, what is the difference in poor sleep versus not getting enough sleep?
Poor sleep could mean that there's things happening that causes you to wake up. So I get poor sleep because I'm a woman of a certain age, and so I suffer with night sweats and hot flashes, and so it interrupts my sleep, and so I have poor sleep. I do not have good quality sleep. My rhythms are messed up all the time. So I'm working to figure ways out to remedy that. And I haven't been able to find an exact remedy, but it's getting better. So poor sleep is just when your sleep is interrupted and it's on and on. No, black cohosh don't work for me. I tried. So all of that is back and forth. But not enough sleep is when you just don't go to bed on time. You just not in bed.
So I'm getting both of them basically. I'm dealing with both of them. But like you said, as an entrepreneur though, especially for me in transportation.
Yes.
Because I got vehicles that run at night.
Yes.
So I'm up to a point to where I got to make sure everybody came to work.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So if one of my guys calls off or something like that, I have to typically fill in that slot. Well, now we're in the summertime. And as you guys know, in the summer months, I work in road construction with my semi.
Yes.
With my big truck doing the asphalt. And then in that case, I'm up typically about 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's that fine line of trying to, this is like, okay, I'm trying to get some sleep because I got to get up at 2 because I got to get this asphalt to the plant.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm not really sleeping because I can't afford to miss a phone call.
Yeah.
From somebody say, hey, I can't come to work tonight or whatever the case may be. So at the end of the day, I'm back to my first statement. I do my best driving when I'm asleep. I just set the cruise and,
Oh my God, don't say that out loud.
I just let the potholes wake me up. That's really what we do.
So, oh my God, I need you to stop. But so then you have to look at your daytime schedule. Maybe you have to try to get a few hours of sleep during the day if you know that you have to be up at night. So you may have to just kind of, take it back and forth that way. Yeah, but you just have to measure, because when you are getting sleep, the question is it good sleep? Are you going through the sleep cycles when you are sleeping? So I would get my Fitbit or whatever to measure your sleep to see when you're getting good sleep or not. Yeah.
I remember, I say this, and I know it's probably some more questions, but like when I was on the fire department still, I would sleep at the department, but again, it's hard to sleep because you never know when that bell gonna go off, right?
Yes.
And we work in 24-hour shifts.
Absolutely.
But then when I get home on my off day, I'm out. I'm out for the whole, like the whole day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's just my body just making up for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, and that's the other thing. You have to listen to your body. When your body tells you that you need to sleep, this sleep deprivation, for it to be compared to intoxication, people being like drunk. And you can see that because when you're on the road and you're tired, I know it's happened to me. I think I'm straight, and then I look and I'm like too close over here or going this way, and I'm just like, oh my God, that is too much. Let me get it together. So I may need to pull over and go to sleep, and because it affects your cognition, all of that. So you just have to listen to your body. When your body says it's time to sleep, you just need to sleep.
Yeah. All right, I'm quiet, y'all. Who's up next?
I'm trying to read these chats. Hold on, let me look at the chat. Some people said something.
Right. Looking at one of them, I just seen that one. Laverne just put up them slave ship jobs.
Yes. Yeah. It was a viral video. That little girl, remember I sent you? She was like, who came up with this 9 to 5? It is ghetto. I don't want to do it. Why are we going there? I have things to do that are more important than sitting there someplace for 8 hours with people getting rich off of me. It's ghetto. It's stupid. And I don't want to do it. It was so funny. It went viral because she was like, no, why are we doing this? So yeah. This 8 hour job situation does affect how we do things, especially depending on where you work, how far your work is away. It's not an 8 hour day. If you include your travel time, you're getting prepared. So if you have to be to work at 8, you may get up at 6 to try to have breakfast and get yourself presentable, and then you got to leave out at 7 in order to get there on time. 7:30. My job was around the corner. I would have leave at 7:45, running the door just in time to pop the clock. And then it's a rush, and then you get there, you work for the 8 hours, then you gotta leave, get back in traffic, go home, get home, wind down, fix dinner, take care of your family, whatever, and then try to get some rest. If you have a business that you're running, you're going to put some time in that. And before you know it, it's 11 o'clock. It's time to go to bed and start the whole process all over again. It truly is a rat race. And some people I know that are in the rat race are really lions and do not belong in the rat race because they ain't rats. So they need to figure out how to get out of it. To really serve the world. And, sometimes we get so afraid to venture. And I promise, in my life, there's been times when I've worked jobs and they just didn't serve me or my purpose. And you find yourself very unfulfilled, and so many other bad things happen because you are depressed, you're unhappy, and all of that causes sickness and all kinds of things. And so you want to just take stock of your life and see where you are. Figure out where you are and determine where you'd like to be, and then ask God for that. I have had this running theme in my mind since I heard Steve Harvey say it. And he said, when he was homeless in his car, he asked God every day, could he be rich? He just asked God every day, can he be rich? And eventually the answer was yes. But he wasn't just praying for stuff. He was praying and moving his feet. Say faith without works is dead. So you got to, pray for what you want and then work in accordance with what you ask for. And so you got to pray and you got to move your feet, and then you got to ask for what you want. From the moment I heard him say that, I started asking. You have not because you ask not. God, can I be rich? I got people I got to take care of. God, can I be rich? I got things that I need to do in the world. God, can I be rich? Because I need to, take care of my family different. And so what I'm finding is that everything that I've asked for is coming to pass. And some of those things I asked for a long time ago, but I kind of just, after I heard Steve Harvey say that, now I just ask even more. So I just ask. Today makes day 6 that I'm in Atlanta. And as of day 5, my house is 95% furnished. And I came here with nothing. No furniture, no nothing, no bed. I ordered me a blow-up bed, and that's what I had. Yesterday, I got a king bedroom set delivered that was given to me. I also got a dining room set yesterday, the day before. I got a patio set for my deck. I have a washer, a dryer, and refrigerator all delivered this week, all in 5 days. And by day 5, I had everything I needed. No, I had everything I needed already. Sleeping on the blow-up bed was what I needed. I didn't need to have a king bed, but that's what I have, And so it truly is a faith walk. Not knowing how things are gonna, pan out. Even things as simple as ordering Wi-Fi. The lady came to the house and put the Wi-Fi in, and another lady came who was an account manager, and she said, "Listen, now mind you, I want to say 2 weeks ago, I said I'm going to upgrade both of my phones. I had iPhone 7 and iPhone 11. I said I'm going to upgrade one iPhone to the latest iPhone, and then the other iPhone I'm going to upgrade to the latest Android. So I said I'm going to have the best of both worlds. I'm going to be both, right? And so I said it to my brand manager, but that was it. So the lady comes and she tells me all of the services that they have with the internet. And then she says, and if you want to upgrade a phone, we can do that as a part of your plan. And all you need to do is pay $40 today, and then your phone will be $300. Let me show you the phone.
Glory, God. Red. Look at you, girl. That's an iPhone.
iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Yes.
And so that's what's happening. Like everything I asked for is coming to pass, but I asked.
But you had to believe it first, guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Those are the things when we look at it, it was like the parking space was always there.
Yes.
But it didn't happen until I believe that it's there. That's when you look at your life. Like a lot of times she's saying stuff, you can look and it'll make me hear like she's bragging. Yeah. No, she's not. She's helping us. No. By helping us. That's when in my life I'm saying, listen, why do you have to work? People, I believe that I don't have to work. Nobody told me. He said, this is what I got to do. I'm supposed to take care of Lynn. She never worked the whole time. The moment I met her, she ain't going to work. No. But if you believe that, and if you believe she got to go to work, she'll go to work. But I never believed it.
Yeah.
So she never did it. I took care of both of us. She didn't have to go work for nothing. But you got to believe. It's just,
it is belief. It is belief.
Yes, it's the belief.
It's 100% belief.
Don't recognize a lot of these things that she's speaking today because we just don't believe hard. We don't believe it.
There was a time when I believed that I needed to drive Uber and Lyft. I needed to. And every day I would go out at the butt crack of dawn, stay out till old dark 30, and just be out there. And then when I come back, I might have $200, $250. And I was like, that's great. $250 a day, that's great. I have everything I need. But for that $250, I work 8-10 hours sitting in the car. My back was hurting, my legs was hurting, everything was bugging me. I needed to stretch out. And so there's a challenge for Uber and Lyft drivers, and that's called, where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? And so I was talking about that the other day. So I had certain places, the Kroger, the Publix, the racetrack, Walmart, Target. Those were my bathroom stops. So I would always make sure that there was one of those places around because the bathrooms were always clean and accessible, you know. And so I'm thinking, okay, what other way can I do to create $250 and in doing it in less than 8 or 10 hours? And I found a way.
It is.
I found a way. And so now I don't believe that I have to do any of that. And so it truly is, you don't get what you want, you get what you believe. So if you believe that that's what you got to do, even though that ain't what you want to do, then you're right.
Yes. No doubt about that. All right. Now let me ask somebody. Now watch this when we start talking about this sleep stuff, right? How many people believe they need 8 hours sleep? Let me ask you that question. Based on the class today, give me a 1. You believe I need hour. How many people? All right, look at that. All right, Pamela, she said yes. Okay. Pamela says she believes now based on what you just said, Darlaina, how many hours sleep do we need? 8, 7 to 9?
7 to 9. Yeah, 7 to 9.
Right? Watch this. How many you believe that? Now, why? I don't care. Now, listen. We just talked about this for a second.
Yes.
At one point, you didn't believe it. Okay, here I go again. At one point, you didn't believe you needed 8 hours sleep. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, what point was that for you, Darlaina? Talk about it. We're gonna talk about this. As
I've done more becoming of an entrepreneur, I believed I needed to work day and night and just stay up until it was done. And if I didn't get it done, then I just stay up longer. And I'm like, I only need 5 hours. I'm good. But you know, really delving into this research and thinking about how my body responds is absolutely true. The other night, I was so excited about getting my washer and dryer. I stayed up really late and I got so excited I couldn't sleep. So I'm installing the dryer by myself. Like I learned how to change a 3-prong cord to a 4-prong cord. Then I put the exhaust thing on and I just was sitting in my glory and I loaded the washer and washed some stuff. Then I dried some stuff. I was like, this is so good. But of course I stayed up. And by the time I realized it was 6 a.m. I'm like, girl, you better go lay down. You got so much to do tomorrow. So I went to sleep at 6 a.m. But when I got up yesterday, I was so tired. My whole day was affected by the fact that I was not rested. And so I know that I need to sleep. I need to get sleep. It's exciting when things like this come up and you do that, but that is not something that you want to do on a regular basis. You have got to get your rest.
How many? Now tell me those rims. You say you go into the first, second, third, and the fourth. What is it? Say that again.
Hold on. Let me go back.
When we start talking about, you mentioned a lot of stuff. Obesity. You mentioned
yeah.
Like watch. Look, we're suffering from the most, right, in our nation. We look at this diabetes, right? We look at heart attacks, right? We look at strokes. We look at all of this. We're looking now. Come on, y'all got to pay attention. We see this. I remember driving when I was in the military. And man, my car went so, I'm like, I thought I was awoke. And next thing I knew, my body was, and when you went in a ditch, watch this, when it went there, I don't know what happened. All I know is when I woke up, I was there.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk, let's get to this REM sleep.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
So REM is the final stage of the sleep cycle. And that is when most of the time where your dreams happen. So if you are dreaming, you have entered the final stage of sleep. And that is when the most restorative activity happens for the body. That's when the brain is most active. Your body is most relaxed. The hormones are released that needs to help you to have better performance, and all that kind of stuff happens at that 4th stage of sleep. And so
what is a catnap? Do those work?
Catnaps. Sometimes for some people they could take a power nap and that helps. It helps like because of yesterday and I didn't sleep. I did take a power nap yesterday, and it was very helpful for me. So it just depends on you and your needs. You just have to pay attention to what your body needs and kind of go from there. So yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Marcus. What's a catnap, brother? You know them truck drivers. They be up. They had to get them computers so that they can make sure they got off the damn road.
Yeah. Because in the trucking industry, especially for the long haul drivers, which is where you see most of the incidents, is before we did the electronic logs. We had paper logs, so we made that thing say what we needed it to say. Because you're always, in a time crunch.
Yes.
And I remember, I was dispatching for a company one time, and we had her that was late for her delivery appointment, and the company would not take the product for like 3 days.
Wow.
So that driver literally had to sit in that truck for 3 days to get that load delivered because she missed her delivery appointment. So ultimately, the driver's losing money because she's not working. The company's losing money because the truck is not going on to the next thing. So just saying all that to say, these guys are always in a time crunch.
Yes.
So sometimes, these guys have those loads, and they literally don't have time to stop, and pull over for 10 hours, as the law says. And, so yeah, they end up coming up with that electronic log system and all that, but quiet as it kept, if you know how to do it, you can get around that too. But
yes.
I don't realize
there's a way to get around everything. There's a way to get around everything.
But those catnaps, I can say now for me, when I back in the day when I did drive long like that, the part that got me was sunrise. When the sun would start to come up and the sky would go from that dark black, dark blue, and it start getting lighter and lighter and lighter, that time of day would just mess me up. I don't care how much sleep I had. And I would literally have to pull over, and I sleep about 15 minutes, 30 minutes, just till the sun came up. Once it was up, I was good.
Good, yes, yeah.
Thank God I don't have to do all that no more.
Yes, sir.
He done grabbed him away. He's the boss. He's the boss. BAWSE, boss. He's the boss now. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for this platform. So grateful for even the support that I receive outside of LCA, with people showing up to the 100 Women platforms. When they see me pop on, I see LCA faces sprinkled all throughout it. So I'm so grateful for all of it. I have to go to Griffin, Georgia today, so I have to go now. But I absolutely love you. I will be in Philly tomorrow to do my final packing. So I'm so amazed because I've done so much, and this is day 6. Tomorrow's day 7. God built the world in 7 days, and I have done the same thing in Atlanta. And I'm just so grateful, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you that continue to support me and support this work. I can't even imagine. I can't wait to take the pictures so you can see the before and after, of this house. If you remember, when I came on, there was so much echo in the house. And if you listen now, there's none. And so, so that says a lot. So with that being said, I thank you guys so much. I got to run. I love you so, so much. I will see you back tomorrow.
All right, guys. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, take control over your life.
Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Bridget.